And welcome back to Desk Pop. I'm here with my co-hosts Angel and Dolph. We're going to be talking about Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. Before we get started, spoilers. It's a review. There's going to be spoilers.
Yeah, it's spoilers for this and spoilers for Knives Out because I do have a little bit.
We're going to bring it up.
We're going to bring it up.
What did you guys think of the movie?
Overall thoughts. Top 5 of the year for me.
I thought you had it outside of the top 5.
No, I had it at 5, maybe 6.
What about you, Daniel? Well, I'm looking it up.
Yeah, I don't remember all the movies I watched this year, but it's bottom 10. It's a good movie. But
Have you seen
10.
more than 10 movies?
I have no idea.
That's what it makes it sound
It was
like.
my
so.
joke.
I don't think so.
He said bottom 10. So.
Have you started using Letterboxd to like put it down?
No, but
I think for at least
now that we're right
2023,
here, I'll put it down.
I think for 2023, you should like at least like, you know.
Yeah.
I will.
Letterboxd is just a good little reference.
I don't know
Yes.
how to use it, so.
Oh, you don't? We can show you after.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's fine. But me personally, I do have it right outside of my top 5. I have it 7th, like overall for the year. I do think it fell flatter than Knives Out. Do you have it higher than Knives Out?
Overall, ooh.
It's probably down to 7.
No, he's just talking about like if I like
no,
this movie more than Knives Out. Yes.
You did.
I did.
So, okay, I'm just going to talk
Knives
about...
Out is not a bad movie. That does not make Knives Out a bad movie. Before people in the comment section come for me like...
This is my main problem with, I think, the movie was that it became a franchise. They made a movie that was Knives Out that Rian Johnson made.
And they did good.
Well, yeah, no, it did. The movie did great. So I kind of have this problem with like A Quiet Place, now Knives Out, where these indie movies, like these movies that are just supposed to be one-offs, get bought by bigger studios because they're like, oh, we need a franchise.
Yeah.
So Netflix bought Knives Out to make Glass Onion. And Glass Onion was just a bigger spectacle. Like the way it ended too, with a huge explosion where nobody died in that explosion. That was a pretty big explosion.
Nobody got burned.
Yeah.
Nobody got...
And like, yeah.
They were in the middle of the explosion.
Actually, you know what? I take that back. I do like Knives Out more.
Why? Just because of what I just said?
No, because
like I convinced him.
no, just because I remember watching Knives Out for the first time and just being like pretty amazed by the movie and like, oh man, this is like a nice change of pace. It's a good movie. I do like Knives Out more, but that doesn't make this one a bad movie.
No, it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. I enjoy the murder mystery trope, and
Yeah,
I
I do
enjoyed
too. I like
going
mystery
along
movies.
for the ride. You know, trying to figure out who it was, and we were all like during the movies like trying to pick who it was.
I like how you and me had one in common, the senator.
The senator.
We all had the senator in common.
Oh, did
Because
you?
I said the senator or Edward Norton's character.
Yeah.
Miles Bond?
Miles. I said the
But Miles
senator
was-
or the assistant Peg.
Oh yeah.
Birdie's
You did not say Miles.
I
Oh, you
did.
He did
did.
say.
Yeah.
Or we were talking about it. I don't know if he told you.
Yeah.
Well, while I was watching, in my mind,
But I was
like,
leaning more towards the senator too because I was like,
Yeah.
oh, you know, it makes more sense.
well, in my mind, I was thinking, would the director do that? Would he choose Miles as the killer for his own people trying
His
to
own
kill
party?
him?
Yeah. His own party.
For his own party, I was like, I don't know. I feel like that would be too. Okay, so this is my main problem with Knives Out and this movie, right? The killer is a main guy. He's second build on the movie, right? Chris Evans was like the main build too. In all the promotions, he was like the main person. He was doing like
He was in all the trailers.
Yeah,
all
he
that
was-
kind of thing. Yeah.
yeah. So he like.
He was the poster boy, is what we can say.
And I'm just saying that God, I just feel like it kind of ruins it if
It gives you the big ass clue.
Yeah.
While you're watching the movie, you're like, oh, well.
it's gonna be
Like everything gets put together when you're watching it. You're like, oh, well, it's Chris Evans.
it's gonna be Edward Norton because he's the biggest star. But he did do a good job of getting you off the scent.
Yeah.
He did.
Because like every time a new plot twist came up, I was like trying to think of going back and like putting the clues together.
Yeah.
So we were talking about it, and the biggest clue that I tried to go back to was the I think one of the biggest plot twists is that it's a twin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's a
girl was a twin.
What's her
So
name?
that
Helen
kind of
Brand.
Janelle Monáe.
Janelle Monáe's the actor, but
Janelle
the
Monáe.
Helen Brand is
Helen Brand is
character's
the
name.
character. So that kind of threw me off a little because part of the problem I had with this movie is I think it started off a little slow and then it picked up and then it dragged in the middle a little.
Yeah.
And then it had like a big finale. But I don't like the beginning and I don't like the middle of the movie.
I'm glad you brought that up. I was when we're doing the flashbacks, I was like, this is kind of dragging.
Yeah.
I was like the flashbacks going back to like figuring like what was happening, and
The flashback was good. They just
dragged it a little
dragged
bit.
it way
dude,
too
and
much.
It dragged it way too much.
Yeah, I mean,
And
the flashback was good. We could have gotten
honestly,
scenes.
it took me not like long, but it did take me like a minute to realize, oh, it's a flashback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just cut straight to it without any
Yeah.
context or anything.
She got like a little like.
Because I only realized it was a flashback once they told her it was a twin, and then I was like, oh, that was a twin who was opening the box.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I told him I did love that little detail where she smashes the box.
Yeah.
Because Andy Brand would have solved the puzzle.
She would have solved it right away.
That's when I realized it was a flashback. I was like, oh, twin.
Yeah.
I do think so. I do think the twin trope though is a little overused, maybe. Like,
yeah, because there's a lot of stories.
It's one of those like it was all a dream kind of trope. You know, it's kind of overused and it's kind of a cliche to like, oh, she had a twin the whole time.
Yeah.
God, what movie? It's not Gone Girl. It's the one with
Princess Diaries.
No.
Princess Protection Program.
No, it's Ryan Reynolds'
Diaries?
wife.
What's Ryan Reynolds' wife's name? She was in Green Lantern.
I know, and she's
Blake Lively.
Blake Lively. Yeah, she was
yeah.
in the movie where it's also she has a twin, and you know, and
Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen were in that movie too, where they go to Paris. They're twins. I forgot what the movie's called.
Yes. Well, I'm just saying it's
The Parent Trap.
I think it is a Parent Trap.
That one?
I think
no,
so.
that's not Mary Kate, and that's
No?
Yeah,
Parent Trap.
that's Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
Oh, Lindsay Lohan.
And that's not even
all
like a
those
trope.
blonde white girls. It's overused.
It is a cop out. I do think it is a cop out.
Yeah, I think the beginning of the movie it was slow, and then the middle dragged.
The middle, I think was probably like the worst part of the movie.
Because like, for a good second, I was like, I don't know where we're going with this.
Yeah,
I will say though that I did like the mystery, the clues, and the little sprinkles of mystery. I guess like figuring it out. Like the clues were obvious once you knew.
Once you knew what was happening.
Well, yeah, once you knew what was happening.
Yeah.
I thought that was great.
Did you like Daniel Craig's character?
Yeah, I loved him in Knives Out. I think his southern accent is great.
I was about to bring that up. I like his accent.
I'm saying, well, you should have seen the first one. Like you would have seen the accent, bro.
Well, no, considering
it like threw me off too. I was like, oh shit, Southern.
Well, it's because he's English.
It's straight like Texas.
Yeah, because he's English. And
he's English.
Yeah.
And
I will say, I'm really sad they didn't bring one character back from the first movie.
Who?
Lakeith Stanfield. He's the helper.
Yeah.
I'm like, what happened to my boy? Yeah, I wish he came back, but it is what it is. Maybe they already had a big cast. Let's talk about MVPs though. Who did you guys think the MVP of the movie was?
I don't know. I'm gonna say here. I got the list pulled up.
Serena Williams.
That was such a funny moment, bro. When she just started moving.
I thought it was just like a poster, like one of you know, like those like TVs that like just go up, you know. I thought it was one of those. And then she just comes back. She's like, "So, are you guys want to exercise or what?"
He's like, "No." She's like, "Okay, it's not my money." Like, you know, you guys are wasting your money.
Yeah, I think it might be the senator, just because I thought it was her.
You think it was? I thought it was. I think for me the MVP was a twin.
The
twin?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you
good.
chose her because I was going to choose her, but now it makes my choice easier. I'm going to go with Leslie Odom Jr.
Oh yeah, Lionel.
Yeah,
Lionel.
he was my second choice. Lionel.
He's a great actor. He was in Hamilton. He's just a great actor.
He's good.
I think it was good. I'm not counting Daniel Craig because he's like, his accent was great. But I do think out of the main cast,
Lionel was the most level-headed, it seemed, of the group. Janelle Monáe's character, what was her name again? Helen. She was driven by emotion a lot. Like there was always she always had an intention behind everything she did. And Lionel's character kind of like sat back and watched everything a little more and was more level-headed.
Level-headed.
Yeah.
I will say I didn't like this part because this is going to be a huge ass spoiler. So if you guys, I'm telling you right now, huge ass spoiler. Dave Bautista's character dies.
Yeah.
And I was like, why kill him? Out of
everybody.
Hey, it's just, he's funny. I thought he brought good vibes too. I mean, he was still in the movie because he was in the flashbacks and all that. Yeah. But I'm like, man, y'all killed him. Which, I mean, whatever. It is what it is.
I think we were talking about that clue in the theater, weren't we? Where we're like with the glass when he switches the glass.
Yeah.
And we're like, dude, that was so obvious.
Because he went and grabbed it. They showed in the flashback is that Miles gave it to him in his hand.
Yeah.
And during the actual scene, he put it on the table and he grabbed it.
Yeah, and he put it on the table and he grabbed it.
Well, so Miles, I don't know if you guys got this, but I think he's modeled after somebody in the real world.
I do too. And I kind of have a fig. Elon Musk?
Yeah.
We all got that.
So they're pretty much saying that Elon Musk is a dumbass, which look, I do think he's look, Twitter, y'all come for me, I don't give a shit. I do think Elon
is smart in certain aspects.
I think he just has money. No, I think he just has money. I think he buys companies.
In the movie, Helen's like, you're a fraud. Like, you don't know it. Like, you're not smart. Like, you've piggybacked off of people your whole life.
And Benoit even calls him out. He's like, you're not even original, bro.
Yeah,
everything.
like, you're not original.
So the murder mystery mystery, he didn't do. The box, he didn't do. The way he killed Duke.
That's when I realized when she was like, you didn't even make the box. Like, you had somebody else design it. And I was like, yeah, she's onto something.
What else did he not do? The way that he tried to kill Helen Brand, one of the twins. The way he tried to kill him. Also, Daniel Craig Benoit gave him the idea on how to kill her, I guess. I thought that was really funny. I did like the way that the Miles character was written. Yeah. I do. I think he was a well-written character. I think everybody played their roles great.
You know, it's funny. It took me like a quick second to realize that was Edward Norton when they pulled up to the beach.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, is that Edward Norton? He looks old. And he's like, yeah, he is old.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, he looks old.
I'm like, yeah, that's what happens when people, age. Like, he's not 2008 Hulk anymore.
Yeah, no, but still.
That's probably
because we just reviewed that.
I feel like I haven't seen him in anything else
besides the Hulk.
Besides the Hulk, like just in that time span, I can't like recognize him in anything.
No, I think he's been in some. I'm trying to remember, but yeah, if you told me off the top of my head, tell me one movie in the past 10 years, I'm like,
no.
Yeah, nothing. But it was cool to see him in the movie because
it was cool to see him in the movie.
I liked him.
Yeah,
he's essentially just a psychopath with money.
Let's talk about best scene in the movie. Or was there any scenes that you guys really enjoyed? I think anytime the characters were all together in a room really played well off each other.
So I liked the scene where he's just sitting there with, so it's Miles and the detective Benoit when they're sitting up in the glass onion, and he goes, oh look, at first glance the glass onion looks very complex and dense, but then once you actually like look at it, there's not much to it. And Benoit tells it, yeah. Is
that towards in the beginning when he first goes up there?
Yeah, no.
Isn't it? It's when he like shows him the glass onion.
It's after he solves his murder mystery.
Oh.
Because remember they're sitting at dinner and then Benoit's like, figured it out, and then he like
goes up and he tells him, he's like, one of these guys is trying to murder you.
Oh yeah.
And he puts the idea in his head.
Yeah.
And that's a great plot twist too, because that's like red herring for us as the audience, because we're like, oh, okay, somebody is trying to kill him, because that's what all the promotion and everything was leading us to, that somebody's trying to kill Miles.
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody put it together that he was ripping him off, like he ripped off his death story, because you know how Daniel Craig tells him.
Yeah. No, he does.
Oh yeah,
I wasn't paying attention.
Helen does.
Yeah.
When she's like,
no, I was just saying like in the theater. Like, he's actually doing what he said.
No, that was so funny too. But I did like the dinner scene where Benoit pretty much just solves the mystery in like 10 seconds. He's like, "Is the game starting now?" Okay. Well, it was.
He didn't give anybody a chance.
Yeah, he was Birdie this whole time. And then I thought it was so funny when the arrow shot him, and
it's just the gag. Yeah.
It's just the gag, because I really thought he was gonna die right there. I was like, "This is how he dies."
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah,
I was like, it's gonna go off and it's gonna be like a real arrow.
Yeah, real arrow or something like that.
I'm a little disappointed he didn't die, because I thought he was going to die.
Yeah, there was like 3 deaths, and
none of them
3 deaths. Who?
Yeah,
Batista,
Andy,
Helen Brand, I guess.
Yeah, Andy Brand. Yeah, I count that as a death.
Do you?
Yeah, and then I thought somebody died at the end.
Nobody.
Oh well, yeah. The sister dies the twin dies in the flashback. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the twin dies in the flashback, but I thought somebody else died.
No, yeah.
I guess there's an attempted murder.
Well, with the Helen Brand.
Yeah, with the gunshot.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite scene? Oh well, the
you guessed that on the money when we were sitting there in the theater. You're like, "Watch, she's not dead."
Oh yeah, I told him, I was like, "Hey, he has something in her pocket." I was like, "It's the diary."
It's a diary.
Then, like 5 seconds later, diary.
Yeah.
And then the hot sauce, when she's putting the hot sauce for the blood.
Oh,
I really thought she was gonna like sneeze or yell or something.
She did. After everybody left,
she was just like, "Oh shit!" And like,
what was did you say your favorite scene?
No, it was either gonna be when they're all together. Okay, when they're at next to the pool, they're all together, and Daniel Craig's character was asking him about
how they all know each other.
It's either that scene or the next one when they're all in the
glass onion.
No, in the living room or whatever it was.
Oh yeah.
And
when they're all there and Dave Bautista just goes up to her and starts
like, "You want to know the truth?"
Yeah, you want to know the truth. I like that scene.
Yeah,
it's either one of those two.
Well, I like that scene where they're sitting there like next to the pool, because I don't know whose character it was, but I think it might have even been Miles. He's like, "Oh yeah, they're all here because of me." Later, Helen clarifies and she's like, "Yeah, they're only here because like they want you guys want his money.
Want his money.
Like without him, you guys are nothing.
Nothing." And you know what's funny is that a lot of them also owe him.
Because then Helen goes and like exposes all of them, right? She's just like, "You're only here because you want your social media to blow up to Dave Bautista," and then. And like going off of that whiskey, same thing. She's like, "Oh, I'm only here long. Like I don't really like."
Dude, she didn't care about anything. She was just along for the ride.
Yeah, she just
Yeah.
wanted
Like she knew what she
exposure.
was doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
she just
she's the
wanted-
smartest.
Yeah,
Whiskey-
yeah.
Oh,
Whiskey-
I also like the scene where they're walking down the hallway and she was like, "Oh yeah," she was talking about something super smart, and I told the angel, I was like, "Oh, because she wanted to like be in the government."
Yeah.
Oh yeah. She was going to school or something.
Yeah, and I told the angel, I was like, "Oh yeah, there's your Senator Whiskey."
Whiskey.
No, I was. You know, what was a really good scene too was when Helen was checking all the rooms. Right, she comes in with the gun or whatever, and I forgot
Fucking
what
harpoon.
Well, yeah, I forgot what the mix-up was, but she didn't know that Duke already died,
Yeah.
and so she was like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm glad it happened" or something like that.
Yeah.
and she was
Yeah,
like, "Yeah, like
Because
whatever."
she goes into Whiskey's room.
Yeah, she goes
Yeah, they
into
were in
Whiskey's
Whiskey's
room,
room.
and she's like, "Yeah, no, I'm happy." I don't know what they were talking about. I forget, but the mix-up was that Whiskey knew Duke died,
And she
but,
thought it
but
was-
Helen
She
Brand
thought
didn't.
Helen killed her.
Yeah,
Killed him.
and the way that she was talking, she thought she did
Yeah,
it.
the way she was talking,
And you just shoots
it
off.
just kind of like solidified it
Yeah.
for Whiskey. She's like, "Oh yeah,
It's
you
you."
killed-
Yeah.
it was you."
Yeah, and then they're just running back to the top.
Who's that random guy that was just running around?
Oh,
Daryl, we're talking about Daryl.
Is that
Yeah,
his name?
Daryl was, dude. I
that
thought
was his name. Was it Joseph Gordon-Levitt who played
no,
him?
just a random guy.
No.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt's in the cast.
He is in the cast. I was looking at it right now. This is Ram
Joseph
Bergman, right?
Gordon-Levitt plays Robin in the.
Oh,
No,
Was
it's
it about
Noah.
Daryl?
Yeah, Daryl.
Noah Segan.
Who?
That's a weird way to
Joseph
spell
Gordon-
Daryl.
Oh no, he just played he was a dong.
He was a what?
The dong. Joseph Gordon-Levitt was a dong. The dong.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
my god.
They got him for that.
Oh, he says it, doesn't he?
What?
When the Don comes on, he's like, "Yeah, I got." He says who it was.
Oh really?
did he?
I didn't
'cause,
miss that.
I didn't hear what he said, but now that I think about it, he's like, "Oh yeah, I got him to do the dong." That's what he
Oh.
said.
The hourly dongs.
Yeah. Gong, dong, whatever. it is.
Dong. That's crazy. I
Yeah,
didn't
he says
realize
it
that.
in the movie, and I think that's where they bring up his name.
Who was that random guy? Was there any like big actor?
Noah Segan.
No, Noah Segan was.
It was Daryl.
You know how
Also, the way they spell Daryl is the way he spells is Daryl.
The way that's spelled out here on IMDb, it's like okay.
is it with an I?
No,
it's Derol.
Daryl.
Daryl. Yeah, I'm like, what the hell?
Daryl.
Daryl.
Like a child that's spelling.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't throw an I instead of an O.
Yeah,
Yo,
they got
yo,
a bunch of
characters.
yeah,
Leslie Odom's character works for
the company.
Miles, right?
Yeah, doing the energy thing.
I
Doing
think
the energy
I
thing.
think he was like the top dog then.
I didn't get that energy thing.
Well, that was the downfall.
I know, but
It was supposed to be instead of gas.
It was like
instead of
renew-
electricity,
like a renewable energy
it
source.
would
Right?
renewable energy.
And it's really small and it's really impactful. So like it would have been a lot
That's
better.
why she threw it in the thing and the whole building
The
exploded.
whole building exploded.
Even though I was expecting something like
yeah,
the whole
that was
island,
the-
the whole island to like fucking
Even the
blow up.
senators, like the houses aren't built for that. Like
Yeah.
houses have gas pipes.
and even
Yeah,
Andy
yeah.
Brand like knew that.
Well, at the beginning too, when at the beginning of the movie, she's doing her press conference or whatever on the
Yeah, in
whatever.
her
She
Zoom.
was talking about a renewable or being
Green.
green,
Yeah, being green.
being green. So I thought like, oh, this is probably another reason she doesn't want to do it.
Did you guys
She
like the
knows it's
puzzle
gonna-
box at the beginning?
Yeah, it was cool.
I wouldn't have gotten a single one.
Oh, I wouldn't. I would not have even opened
thought
it.
it
You can send me this shit. And
I
I'd I'd have it for like 10 years.
I like how Duke's mom just knew everything.
Yeah.
I was about to say it,
She was
bro.
just sitting there like
The
with
mom?
she was like doing her Sudoku.
yeah, he goes up and it's already open. She's like, oh yeah, I figured it out.
Yeah. At first, I don't know what it's called when you like, what is it called?
Oh, the squint thing.
The squint thing, and
Yeah,
then it like
yeah.
lines up.
Oh, for the arrow?
Who
Yeah,
would
for
have
the
guessed?
arrow.
Who?
Like her, I guess.
Yeah.
And then she's like solved every puzzle already. She's like, yeah, like, do you guys know?
Maybe she was just blind as fuck, so she was already squinting.
It's funny because she pretty much calls everyone else like an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, guys, I already solved this.
Come on, guys. I should be coming on this trip instead of y'all.
What did you think of the plot twists?
The plot twist or the plot? What's the main? Because
Yeah,
there's
so
a lot of
what twists are you talking about?
That was what I was gonna
Yes.
go
Let me
into.
talk.
Relax. A lot of people on Twitter were talking about how this movie had too many plot twists. They were
I mean,
like,
I think
"Oh,
it just
there's
goes
too
on with
many
the mystery.
twists." I think so too. I was
I think it
like,
just goes with the
"It's a
mystery.
murder mystery movie, so like,
Yeah,
it's not gonna have
the-
one plot twist. It's gonna have
I feel like they should have thrown in some random twists in there just to like fuck with you.
yeah." I was expecting that.
Well, there were a lot of red herrings, and then they got like solved at the end. But like, there were red herrings.
There should have been shit like in there that like just
Just
was just there to
fuck
confuse
with
you.
Yeah, just in there to confuse you, like not towards the plot of the movie. Or
Yeah, it had nothing to do with anything. It's just like they went to McDonald's. Like just throw something in there,
They did. Daryl.
Yeah.
Daryl was the most random thing in there.
Yeah,
Oh,
but, like,
but he had nothing to. He didn't like give off any clues or anything. He could have been
Yeah.
like, "Hey, they did this,"
yeah.
Like I saw him in the back of the house or some bullshit,
Ethan Hawke was in this movie too.
Yeah. What did you play?
Just the random dude who took him to the boat.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, he was the dude that shot him in the
I totally forgot about that.
He shot him with like the vaccine kind of thing.
yeah, whatever the fuck it was.
I totally forgot he was there.
Oh, I was like, oh look, he's from Moon Knight.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Where was he in the movie?
He was part of the
Or was he a voice or something?
yeah, no, he was part of like the board.
Oh,
You know how
okay.
at the beginning of the movie Lionel
yeah,
was
yeah.
talking to like the board of directors or whatever.
yeah.
He's part of that.
Because that's the girl from that. Because I noticed the girl from the Orange Is the New Black.
Oh yeah,
She's in that. She was in that little.
Orange is the New Black. Overall, I like the movie.
Well, I was
thought
gonna
it
bring
was
up
good.
the end because I think talking about the end would be a little important. But how do you guys like this was what I was talking about in the beginning? What did you think about it being a bigger set piece? So like it's a franchise now because Netflix,
Yeah, it's a franchise now.
Netflix needs to like make money
It's
off
literally
this.
even in the story. I think
Yeah.
not in the story, in the title, which I think is
Yeah,
funny.
and Knives Out mystery, you know.
Knives Out
So
Mystery, yeah.
compared to Knives Out, it had a bigger like.
Productions,
Well,
budget.
yeah, but the ending was bigger. It was pretty much
Oh, you're talking about the spectacle
the
of
spectacle of it. Did you guys think that it needed that spectacle?
No,
Spectacle.
no, I think it didn't go with the tone of the movie at all.
Yes, that's what I also felt like the explosion was a little too much.
It was like the movie was like serious, and then boom, big explosion at the end. Like,
I was telling Angel, I was hoping. I didn't like that ending. I was kind of hoping she would had her recorder because you know how she was recording.
that's what I said.
I was
like,
hoping she had the recorder and she was just gonna take everybody to court, and that's how everybody's downfall would
Everybody's
be.
yeah. Even the friends that
Even
helped,
the
right?
friends.
Because they were pretty like even after like oh my god, even after everything they still had his back once the letter got up in his
Torched,
lens.
yeah.
Yeah, they were like no, I didn't see anything, and then she was like fuck man, y'all really don't got spines. But like I mean he does have the money and all
And
that.
then at the end, they're just like, oh yeah, They
Yeah,
just
I saw
flipped
him
on
burn it.
Yeah,
But honestly, I do think it would have been more meaningful if, unless a big explosion, she just clicked it and had a little fire, and
Yeah.
it just like starts little and then just consumes the Mona Lisa. You know,
Mona Lisa,
I
yeah.
I thought that's what it was gonna be.
that's gonna be like and I felt like that would have been more meaningful than having a big spectacle.
like the island didn't need to blow up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think
no,
the glass onion needed to like.
Blow up. Yeah.
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 So I think
Like,
that's
because it wasn't a metaphor for anything. It wasn't.
yeah. And
Well,
I-
no, it was just where they met at the bar.
yeah, no, it is the glass onion.
Oh,
was the bar.
that was the bar.
it
Yeah,
was the
you're
bar.
right. You're right.
But I think it would have been more meaningful if she like it was a smaller fire. It was
I
Burned
just
the
don't-
Mona
I just
Lisa.
don't
She
like-
didn't. Yeah, she didn't need to blow up the whole bit.
Well, I just don't like how everybody flipped on Miles like that.
Okay, I will say though that the building blowing up is because the energy thing didn't work, and
Yeah.
that's how she got
Oh,
them. So
yeah.
yeah, so like I get it from that point. Now
From
that
that
thinking about
point.
it, yeah, the standpoint is that the energy thing was gonna fail, and they showed that it failed. But still, it was a big spectacle just to be,
Just to be a big
that's how I feel,
spectacle,
honestly. But overall. We did shit talk this movie a lot. I will say that we honestly kind of went into it, but it was a great movie.
It was a great movie.
I enjoyed it. It was very
Liked it.
enjoyable.
All right, guys. Well, that was our review of Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. Let us know what you guys thought about the movie, and
Yeah, let us know what you thought of the movie. Who was your MVP for this movie?
A lot of great
we didn't
characters.
talk about it.
Where does it rank amongst your yearly rank?
overall year.
And your comparison of it to Knives Out, the first
And
movie.
Knives Out, yes.
But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like,
Don't
follow,
forget to subscribe.
and share it with a friend. You know,
And show your grandma.
I know she loves Knives Out. Thank you.
And bye.
Bye. Bye, Felicia.